Hey friends! Friends, it is time to do the final painting, so we must say goodbye to this one. And hello to this one, which we will be doing, I think, this way. Portraits of landscape. But yay! We're on to the last painting. This will be streamed on TikTok. However, I'm still banned from TikTok for 2 hours. So we're gonna just do the background because for this painting I decided I wanted to do like an underpainting, but I want to just start by doing like a really thin light coat of pink since the entire background and most of the objects are pink. So we can do that together right now. Friends, we came up with a solution. So what's gonna happen right now is I'm gonna do the base painting with the wrong color, and then my boyfriend is gonna buy me the correct color in like a couple days when he is able to, and he'll bring it home from work for me. And so we decided that I can do the base painting with the incorrect color because on my last painting I did with the sticks, you guys, apparently I wasn't supposed to let the underpainting show at all, which I let it show on purpose because I thought it looked cool, but then when I got feedback, I lost points because I let the underpainting show. So he didn't really make it clear that we weren't supposed to let it show. But since we're not supposed to let it show at all, then it's okay if I do it with the wrong color. So I'm just going to use the pink that we mixed, the main pink that we mixed. I'm going to use that for the underpainting. So we can do that together right now since I still have 1 hour left until my TikTok ban is over. So we're going to do that together right now. And I need water. Is there water in this cup? There is water. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, doop, doop. Doop, 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 doop. This is coming out quite thick, but I'm trying to make it as light as possible, so I want it to be thin. But you know what? It's okay. But in an hour, my TikTok ban will be over. So I'm going to go live on TikTok and I'm going to brush my hair. And I'll work on this painting further. And then when I feel like getting off TikTok, I'm going to get off TikTok because I want to do some batch videos today. So I'm going to film like a bunch of videos, one after another for YouTube for you guys. Which I'm excited about. I am planning to film a tag today. I'm planning to film an ASMR video today. I'm planning to make a crochet nap today. I don't remember what else I have planned, but I'm gonna film a bunch of videos, and additionally, when that's all done, I probably won't edit them. I'll probably just get back on TikTok Live. But the thing with TikTok Live, it low-key makes me feel fucking trapped because I'll be stuck between like, someone texted me. Oh, it's Jade. I'll text her back in a minute. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, TikTok Live makes me feel trapped sometimes because I'll like want to get off so I can do more important things and things that I enjoy more and things that are more permanent. But then I'll be like, oh, but I want to film my gift gal. So I'll stay on. I'll be like, it's like a dichotomy or something or whatever. Or a paradox, I think that's what I meant to say. It's interesting to have this one be tall because the rest haven't been tall. It looks more salmon now that I painted it down, but it did look kind of like rose before. But it looks more salmon now. I learned today or yesterday night that acrylic paints is literally plastic, and the reason it dries is the water inside, like the plastic mixture, is evaporating. And that made me wildly upset because I'd be dumping this stuff down my sink. Also, I didn't know it was made out of plastic. I thought it was just made out of, like, I don't know, like rocks or something. Like, I didn't know it was made out of plastic. But, like, obviously, like, with, like, the water part, I could avoid dumping it down my sink if I just let it evaporate into the bottom of the cup or something. But with the brush part, how do I prevent that from going down my sink? Because I have to wash the brushes. So how do I even stop being a terrorist? If anyone's, like, a pro on acrylic paints or is, like, knows a lot about, like, the water shit or, like, how cities work and stuff, please let me know. Please comment something. Not just to make me feel better, but just to, like, educate me and be like, well, when you pour it down the sink, it goes here, so it's not getting into the environment because the water's filtered, or because, or, oh, it is getting into the environment. Here's something you can do instead. I'm an acrylic paint master. I do this with my brushes, da 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 da. Because I don't want to keep pouring this shit down the sink, but I don't know what to do instead because my brushes need to get cleaned. I can't just let them get ruined. There we go. We have a nice little thin coat of paint. You can still see a little white through. Like, it's a pretty thin coat. Looks thin. And then we can continue the underpainting by actually painting the shapes in with the dark color. But I want to wait for this to dry because I actually need to do a sketch with vine charcoal. So this needs to dry completely before I can go live anyway. So I'm going to say adieu to my beautiful beauties, and I'll probably actually go film a different YouTube video in the meantime while I'm waiting. Okay, I love you, bye! Alright, that audio ended, and I clipped together all of the freaking audios from all these freaking lives, from all this whole painting, and I literally only had 3 minutes of footage of audio that I could actually use because I actually was saying something interesting. Some weirdo came into my live and asked me several questions preceding each other, and it came out to a funny, silly story that I don't know if I haven't thought about it in years, but I definitely haven't talked about it or told anybody or really thought about it in years. So it's kind of funny that this came up. So the next 3 minutes you are going to listen to is a story I told on live. Then after that, I'm going to come back to the voiceover and I'm just going to start saying random shit because apparently I am boring on live and I don't fucking talk. Love you. Because everyone and their mother is fucking thirsty for me because I'm just so cuntalicious. I would kiss a girl for free. The fuck? I'll kiss any girl you see. So you and your girl best friend kissed? Not my current girl's best friend. Not my current girl best friend. Me and my best friend in middle school used to kiss. Like every single time we saw each other. But no, I don't kiss my current girlfriends. It's because I have a boyfriend. Girl, we did everything. What happened with my middle school crush? Well, we were like best friends, and she didn't know I had a crush on her because she was actually dating my brother, my older brother. They were dating, and that's how we even met. Like, we weren't even friends. We didn't even know each other. We met because she was dating my older brother. And then her and my older brother broke up, but by then, me and her had already become friends. And so, we kept hanging out even though, like, they weren't dating anymore. And so we were like best friends for years, and every single time I would see her, we would play spin the bottle just because I wanted to. But really because I had a big fat crush on her and I didn't make out with her while they were dating. I kissed her while they were dating, but I didn't make out with her while they were dating. I kissed while they were dating. I didn't make out while they were dating. Let's be clear. But yeah. And I never told her I liked her. And now she has 2 kids and she's married to a man. Real disappointing, to be honest. Be honest, you miss kissing her. Girl, I ain't gotta lie about that. You don't gotta tell me, be honest, girl. Why are you sorry for asking? I don't care. Who cares? The girl, that shit happened when I was 10 years old. Who give a fuck about it now? I was 10 to 13 when that happened. Who cares? It's old shit. I can talk about it. Like, who give a fuck? It's not new drama. Who we care? You do want you what, huh? Yeah, for real. Girl ain't gonna tell me shit. I'm my own woman. Girl ain't gonna tell me what to do the fuck. Absolutely not. I'm watching straight. She was straight as a dick. Like I said, she didn't know I liked her. We just were kissing because whatever. Why was that the only thing? I literally said that was interesting for like hours and hours of filming. I don't know. However, it's awesome because, ooh, I got to tell a fun story none of you guys know about me. Ooh, you learned something about me. Tee haha. Sorry for the background noise. I think my neighbor's showering and my house is shitty and you can hear pipes and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, for the rest of this video, we're just going to chit-chat together because I don't want you to be all alone in the bog of stench of nothing. And speaking of the bog of stench, that's exactly what I want to talk about. I want to talk about monster movie girls. I watched this amazing video essay. I wish I knew the girl's name because I would tell you it right now. If anyone's interested, leave a comment and I will tell you who it is. But I watched this amazing video essay and it was this girl and she was talking about why women fall in love with monsters and and blah blah blah, symbolism, blah blah blah. And it got me thinking about how so many monsters are PDFs because they're falling in love with a human and they're literally a bajillion years old. You know, some of them are literally older than Earth. Some of them are hundreds of years old. Some of them are like just so old. And whether they're falling in love with someone who in human years is a minor or not, it's still kind of PDF because what do you mean you're older than the Earth and you're falling in love with someone who's in their 20s or 30s? Like, they're not a child by human standards, but human standards are human standards because the only humans live to like 100 years old. So if you're literally older than the Earth, you're still a PDF if you're falling in love with a human. I'm sorry. Am I condemning these characters in these amazing movies and TV shows? No, absolutely not. I love it. I love The Labyrinth. I love Family Opera. I love all these movies and all this shit with all these old-ass men falling in love with these young-ass, often girls. I love the movies and the shows. I'm never going to condemn them. But there is something to be said about how that impacts the viewers, especially really young viewers, and about just the message it kind of sends. Like, she was talking about in her video essay how women fall in love with monsters because women are, you know, ostracized and prejudiced against, and monsters understand that, and so it's like mirroring your pain and shit, and like no one else could ever fall in love with a monster because they can't see the beauty and the pain and the blah 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 whatever the fuck, when that totally makes sense. However, when the monster isn't the same age or ish as the girl, it is weird. It adds another layer. Edward was 109. Fall in love with 17-year-old Bella. Castiel is literally an angel older than Earth. He's fallen in love with Dean Winchester, who's what, 25? The Goblin King, we don't know how old the Goblin King is, but I'm guessing he's in his hundreds, and he's fallen in love with fucking Sarah, who the actress was like 13. I don't know if Sarah's like 13 or 16, or I don't know how old Sarah is, but she's obviously a youngin'. And I just have been thinking about this concept a lot lately. Even before I watched the video episode, I've been thinking about it. But, like, watching that video essay really got me like, huh. And then what else had me thinking already was, if you want to know who she is, I will put her name. I don't remember her name. I think it's like Alyssa Silver. I'm not sure. But there's this really cool painter girl. I think she's Swedish, but she's taking vacation in Vietnam. She goes home in August or something like that. But she's in Vietnam, and she's painting this painting series called Dirty Minded, which was inspired by a painting she did of her friend with sunglasses just because she thought it was cool, and then she realized it looked like pornographic. And then 2, by the fact that she was always afraid to spit toothpaste out in front of her mans. And personally, that relates to me because I have been smexualized literally my whole life. I've been smexually abused. I've been smexually assaulted on top of it. Not that you have to go through those things to relate to the painting, because every single woman on earth is dealing with some smexual bullshit. Also, I'm censoring the way I say things because I don't know if YouTube hates me or something, because I don't normally do that. Let me know if it matters. I don't know. Okay, Cthulhu. But yeah, that painting series is all about, like, women doing normal ass things and getting smexualized for it. And so I was just thinking about, like, all of these men who are beloved and idealized in these films, which I love them too, but technically they are PDFs. And I was thinking about how, is it possible that the movie industry and all that is idolizing these PDFs, whether their love is reciprocated by the girl or not? But are we doing that because we're trying to groom people watching the movies? Are we trying to set the societal standards so low that it's easier for local PDFs to victimize these children? Not sure. But there totally is a PDF demographic for specifically, teen girls. They don't want the little ones. They want the teens. That is a specific thing. So are we trying to make that easier? How easy would it be to make monsters have humanish ages? It wouldn't be hard. And I almost was thinking about, like, what if these really beautiful, idealized monsters in these films, what if they were portrayed in a very negative, abusive light? What if, like, someone painted the really cutesy, pretty, awesome Jareth, but instead of in his alluring, amazing crystal ball ways, they painted him screaming, or they painted him holding a specific spooky object like a belt, or, something like that? Or, like, what if we painted the demure Edward Cullen, but instead of showing him being lustrous and, quote-unquote romantic, what if we painted him making a punch, or looming over, looking very down at the perspective of the painting? Or, we took the Phantom from Phantom of the Opera, and we purposely didn't paint any time that he was very demure to Christine. We purposely painted a time where he was murdering someone or yelling at Christine. What if we took these idolized people and we purposely showed them in the light that they actually should probably be being shown? All of these things are making me think things. But I've been thinking about these concepts longer than I saw these 2 sources I mentioned, the video essay and the Dirty Minded paintings. I've been thinking about these concepts before viewing either of those inspirations. But I think the inspirations actually made me want to talk about it and actually got me thinking about painting specifically. However, I'm running out of time, so I'm going to stop my, I think, very interesting discussion. I love you. Bye, friends!